Have you ever traveled to a country and felt left out? Do you want to have effective business meetings with foreigners? Well, in this presentation, I will help you bridge the gap between the American and the Polish. In this presentation, I will cover three basic topics to help you in your integration and assimilation process into the Polish society. I will talk about business etiquette, the Polish consumer, and Polish society. Now you may be wondering, why should I listen to you? Why you should listen to me? Sorry. You should listen to me because I'm a foreigner, I live in three countries, and I'm studying business. So I think I'm somewhat qualified to talk about these topics. So to start off, I would like to address some basics of Polish business etiquette. You should dress conservatively, like I am doing right now, and you should be punctual. When it comes to greeting, you should start by saying Dzień dobry, which means good day in Polish. You should also understand that women shake hands first, and you should let them shake their hand, extend the hand first before you do so. When talking with Poles, remember to use honorifics and titles. Some honorifics are Pan for Mr. and Pani for Mrs. Remember to also feminize last names for women by adding a at the end. It's also more than recommended to befriend your Polish business acquaintances because they'll help you get around the corruption and bureaucracy of the country. The Poles have a term for this. It's kombinować, which means to cut corners. Now that we have talked about the business etiquette in Poland and how this will help you assimilate into the country by having effective business meetings and greetings, I'll talk about the Polish consumer by giving you a consumer profile. Now you may be wondering, why is this important for this presentation? Well, hear me out. When you are in a country, you want to know the type of consumer that you will be dealing with, and the type of economy of that country. For example, you may be an investor who wants to sell medicine and toilet paper in Venezuela. According to statistics, those are consumer goods are in really high demand in the country. But unfortunately, you wouldn't know that the currency in that country is practically worthless due to hyperinflation. You'll be making a really bad investment. So that's why you should listen to me about the economy and the consumer of Poland. To start off, I would like to say that fortunately, the economy of Poland is strong and is projected to grow. The consumer goods that have the highest demand and compose 50% of all expenditures are housing goods, basic basket goods such as food, drinks, narcotics, alcohol. These are the goods that present to us an opportunity for investment. Now, who should we market to? Well, according to the government of Poland, the average age of the Pole is 7 years old, and the average household head is 25 years old. Why is this important? It's because these people are the ones who have the money, and these would be the people who will buy our products. And also, we should target households that have 3 or more people, because these households compose 57.2% of all households in Poland. Now that we have talked about this, let's proceed to Polish society. Now you may be wondering, why Polish society? Well, this part of the presentation is more of a cautionary tale, because when you go to a country, you want to know what topics are sensitive and what topics are not. For example, here in the United States, it's very sensitive to talk about race, and politics. You want to avoid those topics like the plague. Also, when I'll be talking about politics, I will address the government, the demographics, and a little bit of the societal attitudes of the people of Poland. To start off, the government of Poland is a parliamentary democracy composed of a legislature, a judicial branch, and an executive branch. The executive branch has a president and a prime minister. Poland has 6 political parties, which represents all the spectrums of the political thinking. Ethnically speaking, Poland is very homogeneous. Practically close to 90% of Poles are ethnic Poles, and the minorities are very small. Statistically speaking, Poland is a very, very Catholic country, which makes it an exceptional case because the countries around Eastern Europe are either atheist or non-secular or secular, or they're Eastern Orthodox Christian. Unfortunately, the Poles are somewhat close-minded when it comes to marriage and homosexuality. The view of marriage in Poland is traditional and somewhat exclusive because they think that marriage is only between a man and a woman. Um, to conclude, you should remember that the business etiquette in Poland demands you to be punctual and dress conservative. The Polish consumer likes to spend his money on housing and basic basket goods, and that Polish society is Catholic, ethnically homogeneous, and conservative. It was a pleasure speaking to you, and I hope that your experience in Poland is very, very gratifying. Good night.